There is a conversation that every man over the age of 60 should have already had. It's a direct, serious, and absolutely necessary talk. But it almost never happens. Not in a doctor's office, and certainly not in casual conversations among friends. It's a conversation about the future of your health, your freedom, and your quality of life. This silence revolves around a small but incredibly important gland, the prostate. As men age, changes in prostate health are common, but they are too often accepted as an inevitable, uncomfortable part of getting older. Many men suffer in silence with symptoms that disrupt their sleep, control their daily schedule, and cause a great deal of anxiety. They believe it's just something they have to live with. But I'm here to tell you that this is simply not true. What if you could radically improve the health of your prostate not with complicated procedures or expensive medications, but with 5 simple, natural, and accessible daily habits? And what if these habits were backed not by hearsay or opinion, but by rigorous modern science? That is exactly what we are going to discuss today. We will break that silence and share a direct, serious, but absolutely necessary conversation about 5 simple habits that can radically improve prostate health. The information I'm about to share with you isn't just an opinion, it's science. Real science, based on rigorous research that has already helped thousands of men age with more freedom, less pain, and a significantly better quality of life. If you are a man over 60, or if you have a father, grandfather, husband, or friend in this age group, I urge you to stay with me until the end. What you are about to learn could change your life or the life of a loved one. One of the 5 habits I'm about to share may surprise you completely. But before we get into them, you need to understand why the prostate deserves so much attention after 60. The prostate is a small gland, roughly the size and shape of a walnut. It sits just below the bladder and wraps around the urethra, the tube that carries urine from the bladder out of the body. Its primary function is a crucial one. It produces a portion of the seminal fluid that transports sperm. For much of a man's life, this small gland goes unnoticed. However, as time passes, especially after the age of 50, the prostate often begins to increase in size. Even when this growth is benign, meaning not cancerous, it can cause significant problems. This condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. According to the National Institutes of Health, it's incredibly common. More than 50% of men between the ages of 51 and 60 already show signs of this enlargement. After the age of 70, that number surpasses a staggering 80%. What is most concerning, however, is how this growth affects daily life. As the prostate grows, it compresses the urethra, making urination difficult. This leads to a host of disruptive symptoms: a weak or interrupted urine stream, a persistent sensation that the bladder is not completely empty, difficulty starting to urinate, and frequent, urgent trips to the bathroom, especially during the night. Waking up 2, 3, or even 4 times a night is not just an annoyance. It robs you of restorative sleep and impacts your energy and focus the next day. And here lies the crucial point. The vast majority of men believe that this is normal, an unavoidable part of aging. But that is not the truth. Science shows that there are natural ways to prevent this excessive growth and even reverse the symptoms with simple, daily habits. That is what you are about to discover. Because the first habit may seem basic, but it holds a power that few men understand. The first habit is strategic hydration to reduce inflammation. Now, this may sound simple, but it's far more nuanced than just drinking 8 glasses of water a day. It's not just about the quantity of water you drink, but about the timing and consistency of your hydration throughout the day. This simple adjustment is powerful. Here's why. As we get older, our body's natural sensation of thirst begins to diminish. This means many men over 60 live in a state of chronic, low-level dehydration without even realizing it. They might go for hours without drinking any water, waiting until they feel overtly thirsty, which is often too late. As a result, the urine becomes highly concentrated. It becomes more acidic and is filled with toxins and waste products that the body is trying to eliminate. This concentrated urine sits in the bladder, directly irritating its lining and, because of its proximity, inflaming the prostate gland. Every time you urinate, This harsh fluid passes through the already narrowed urethra, causing further irritation. The solution is a simple strategy. The key is to drink water consistently throughout the day, starting from the moment you wake up. Keep a bottle of water with you and take small, regular sips, rather than drinking large amounts all at once. Focus your hydration in the morning and afternoon. Then, crucially, begin to reduce your liquid intake 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. This doesn't mean you can't have a small sip if you're thirsty, but you should avoid drinking large glasses of water, tea, or any other fluid in the evening. This simple adjustment does two amazing things. First, it ensures your urine remains diluted throughout the day, making it less irritating to your bladder and prostate. It helps the body efficiently flush out toxins without causing inflammation. Second, by tapering off in the evening, you reduce the likelihood of your bladder filling up and waking you in the middle of the night. This improves bladder function, reduces pressure on the prostate, and helps your body eliminate toxins without overloading the urinary system during sleep. In a study published in the Journal of Urology involving over 2,000 men over 60, it was demonstrated that this exact strategy of timed hydration significantly reduces nocturnal symptoms, including incomplete emptying and frequent urination, in up to 41% of cases. This small change costs nothing, but it can dramatically improve your sleep, protect your prostate, and restore a true sense of rest for the following day. It is the first step, and it works best when it becomes a consistent part of your daily routine. The second habit that has a profound impact on prostate health is incorporating a light walk after your meals. This isn't about strenuous exercise or spending an hour at the gym. We are talking about a simple, gentle, 15-minute walk after your main meals, especially lunch and dinner. This habit, though rarely mentioned in medical consultations, has a direct and powerful impact on prostatic health. In fact, it's something that any man can do daily, completely free of charge. A short walk after the main meals is all that is needed. This simple movement after lunch and dinner activates essential bodily functions, and its benefits go far beyond digestion. Walking shortly after you eat stimulates circulation throughout your body, including, importantly, the pelvic region. This increase in blood flow sends more blood, oxygen, and nutrients to the prostate. This helps to reduce inflammation, improve cellular oxygenation, and gradually normalize prostatic function. This isn't just theory. A study conducted by the Faculty of Medicine at the University of Sao Paulo with men over 65 years old found that those who walked for just 15 minutes after lunch and dinner had a 35% lower risk of developing moderate to severe symptoms of benign prostatic hyperplasia. Beyond this, walking after meals helps to control blood glucose levels, which is important, as diabetes is a known risk factor for BPH and more severe urinary symptoms. Another crucial point is its effect on systemic inflammation. A sedentary lifestyle, especially right after meals, increases inflammatory markers in the organism. This light movement reduces these substances and protects the tissues, including the prostate, from inflammatory damage. This habit may seem insignificant, but over the years, it protects the prostate in a remarkable way, all thanks to its regularity. It doesn't need to be a long walk, and you don't need a treadmill. A light and constant walk daily, whether inside your house, on the sidewalk, or even in a hallway, is enough to start making a difference. The third habit is one that is often surrounded by silence, especially among older men, but it is one of the most powerful and scientifically backed strategies for long-term prostate health, maintaining regular sexual activity. While it can be a difficult topic to discuss, from a purely medical and biological standpoint, it's a critical component of preventative health. Modern science confirms that regular ejaculation promotes a kind of internal cleansing of the prostate. Think of it as a natural flushing mechanism. This process helps to expel accumulated secretions, dead cells, and potential toxins that, if left to stagnate, could contribute to inflammation and cellular changes within the gland. This isn't just a theory. A landmark study from the Harvard School of Public Health, published in the prestigious journal European Urology, followed more than 10,000 men for nearly 2 decades. The results were striking. The study found that men who ejaculated at least 21 times per month had up to a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer over their lifetime compared to those with lower frequency. Beyond this powerful cleansing effect, there are other important benefits. The activity itself improves pelvic blood flow, relaxes the muscles surrounding the prostate, reduces stress levels, and improves mood. All of this helps to reduce the local inflammation that is a key factor in prostate problems. Unfortunately, many men over the age of 60 still view this topic with guilt or shame due to taboos and outdated beliefs. But from a medical perspective, maintaining an active sexual life is a natural, safe, and effective way to care for your prostate's health. If you have doubts or difficulties, the best thing to do is to speak openly with a urologist. Denying or ignoring the topic does not protect your health, but a mature and informed approach can help save your prostate. Now, I understand that for many men, hearing this advice might be frustrating. You might be thinking, that's great, but what if maintaining regular sexual activity has become a challenge in itself? If erectile dysfunction is getting in the way of your health and your relationship, I want you to know you are not alone, and there is hope beyond the typical, often risky solutions. In fact, thousands of men, including a 76-year-old who thought his sex life was over, are now enjoying the hardest, longest-lasting erections of their lives thanks to a bizarrely simple, all-natural home remedy. This powerful method, which can be prepared in just 7 seconds, targets the hidden root causes of ED that pills completely ignore. To discover this powerful purple hardening tonic for yourself, simply open the camera on your phone and point it at the QR code you see on the screen right now. There's also a link pinned at the very top of the comment section below this video. The fourth habit is adopting a strategic diet to reduce the risk of inflammation and prostate cancer. This habit is tied to something you already do every day: eat. However, you may be doing so without the correct intention for your long-term health. The emergence of cancerous cells can be influenced by diet, and one of the most studied compounds for prostate protection is lycopene. This is a natural antioxidant present in foods like tomato, watermelon, and guava. This red pigment possesses potent anti-inflammatory properties and acts directly on the prostatic tissue. An extensive study published in the International Journal of Cancer demonstrated that men who consumed cooked tomatoes at least twice a week had a 28% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Cooking the tomatoes actually increases the bioavailability of lycopene, making it easier for your body to absorb. Another essential nutrient is zinc, which is present in pumpkin seeds, nuts, and seafood. Zinc helps to balance hormonal levels and maintains the structural health of the prostate for years. It plays a critical role in prostate function, and a deficiency has been linked to an increased risk of BPH and other issues. In addition to this, vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage contain compounds called sulforaphanes. These powerful substances favor the body's natural detoxification processes and help to prevent cellular alterations in the prostate. A diet rich in these compounds essentially equips your body with the tools it needs to fight off cellular damage before it can become a problem. Ideally, your meals should be vibrant and plant-based, including cooked tomatoes, green leafy vegetables, seeds rich in minerals, and a good source of lean protein. When consumed regularly, these foods act in a subtle but effective way, keeping the prostate less inflamed, better oxygenated, and with a balanced metabolism. With proper management, nutrition becomes a form of preventive medicine and can be one of the best allies in protecting the health of your prostate. The fifth habit is prioritizing deep, restorative sleep to regulate hormones and protect the health of your prostate. This is a habit that is commonly ignored by the majority of men, but its impact is far greater than what is imagined. A good, deep, and restorative sleep is essential for maintaining hormonal balance, which directly affects the health of the prostate. When sleep is consistently interrupted, superficial, or insufficient, these crucial hormonal cycles become altered. The levels of stress hormones in the body increase, free testosterone tends to decrease, and the general inflammation throughout the body grows. During deep sleep, especially in the most regenerative phases of the night, the body produces regulatory hormones like melatonin and the growth hormone. Both have anti-inflammatory effects and protect the prostatic tissue. When your sleep is interrupted, these cycles are altered. Stress levels rise, free testosterone tends to decrease, and overall inflammation in the body increases. A study published in the journal Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention followed more than 2,400 men for almost a decade and discovered that those who suffered from sleep disorders had double the risk of developing aggressive forms of prostate cancer. The explanation is simple. Without quality sleep, the body cannot effectively repair its tissues, leaving the prostate more vulnerable to inflammatory and degenerative processes. Therefore, it is crucial to create an environment for restorative sleep. This means a bedroom that is dark, quiet, and cool with a consistent bedtime. This isn't a luxury, it is a prevention strategy. Sleeping deeply doesn't just restore the mind, but it also protects the prostate every single night. And there you have it. 5 science-backed daily habits that can protect your prostate and transform your health after 60. Let's quickly recap them. First, strategic hydration to keep your system clean and inflammation down. Second, a short walk after meals to boost pelvic circulation. Third, maintaining regular sexual activity as a natural cleansing process. Fourth, a strategic diet rich in prostate-protecting nutrients. And fifth, ensuring you get deep, restorative sleep to balance your hormones. These 5 habits, when practiced consistently, represent more than just good advice. They are a form of empowerment. They demonstrate that you have a significant amount of control over how you age. These aren't drastic measures, but small, sustainable choices that, over time, build a powerful defense for your long-term health and vitality. You don't have to feel overwhelmed and try to implement all of them at once. The best approach is to start small. Pick just 1 or 2 of these habits that resonate with you the most and commit to incorporating them into your daily routine this week. If you found this information valuable, please share this video with the important men in your life, your father, your husband, your brother, your friends. This is a conversation worth having. And I would love to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know which of these habits surprised you the most, or which one you plan to start with first. If this video has been helpful, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe for more essential content focused on men's health. Thank you for watching, and here's to your health.